that we see retired here this evening because of the mechanical issues. Lots of celebrating going on at Barrie.
Well, have a look at that, Billy. That hole didn't open up for long when Pete Shepard slid up, but boy, did Thompson ever attack.
Well, he jammed it in there in a hurry because, you know what? It's too early to celebrate anything here at Barrie Speedway. We got a lot of racing left to do.
Oh, Thompson looked like he got a piece of the wall there. He'll get back to the inside. Kerry Mix right behind him. What a little skirmish that was.
Well, I think stepped out hard down into the corner there, and you know what? Mixie's going to fill the door. Right now, look at the brakes glow on these front of these race cars. A lot of front brake being used up right now on the Thompson car and Kerry Mix's 02.
I'll tell you what we noticed earlier today in practice, Billy. The slow cars aren't that slow. I mean, to pass them on the outside isn't a gimme like you see at some racetracks. The slow cars are only running a couple tenths slower, so I think these lead lap cars so far are having trouble getting their position established.
Well, that's the exciting thing when you come to a bull ring. We're not talking about a half or a 5/8 mile here where we can have 7 or 8 tenths of a second difference front to back. This is just over a quarter mile, and this baby, you're talking 2 tenths, and that's not a lot.
Pretty small places. We look at Ron Beauchamp. He's settled into second. Whoa, trouble there in turn 1. Pete Shepard around backwards. That's going to bring a yellow.
Well, Shepard wanted to see the replay, see if he had a little bit of help getting down into the corner. A lot of tight racing going on. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, he's going around the outside of the 55, down into the corner. Chops down. Oh, the lap car, no respect. Just whacked him. He should have given him a little more room. Maybe a spotter issue. Not sure.
John Gahn getting service on the Triad Racing Technologies Dodge. He'll pull off a pit road back onto the racing surface, and we'll be back in just a few seconds with the Wild Wing 300. The 11th race of the 2010 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series calendar is brought to you by Castrol. Visit us at changeyourOilChangeYourLife.com. And by RX100, eliminating mold at the source and saving lives.
On board with Ron Beauchamp Jr., and now we're going to have a look out the front of Scott Steckly's automobile.
Wow, who puts a front bumper cam on a car at Barrie Speedway?
Well, at Barrie Speedway, that'd be a cameraman with a lot of insurance.
Great view, but so far Scott Steckly's had nothing but open racetrack in front of him. Green flag out once again. Beauchamp looking to do the same thing as Steckly did on the original start. It's not going to work. Steckly gets the pull down into turn 3, and he'll pull into the lead.
A lot of Mopar muscle up front. We got 3 Dodges and a Chevrolet, followed closely by Don Thompson in that second Chevrolet.
Our 2 points leaders racing side by side for the 3rd spot. J.R. Fitzpatrick in the 84, DJ Kennington in the 17.
Kennington going to work on the high side of his competitor, 84, J.R. Fitzpatrick.
Side by side, up down the back straightaway. DJ Kennington working the outside of J.R. Fitzpatrick. It's awfully early to be driving this hard, but I think he wants to establish where his car's going to work. What do you think, Billy?
Well, you know what? The outside's going to have to get broke in sooner or later because as you get into lap traffic, where do you pass them? You pass them on the outside. So you might as well get the car to work there right away.
Ron Beauchamp Jr. putting the pressure on Scott Steckly now. The first start, Billy, Scott Steckly drove away as though he owned this race, but now Beauchamp right there laying it on.
Whoa! The 4 of Don Thompson Jr. around backwards going into turn 3.
Thompson slides up the racetrack. The yellow flag is out. Thompson having a bit of trouble making that turn there, Billy.
Well, he wants to stay on the lead lap, and it's really tight right there. He's got it rolling, but the 22 of Steckly goes by. Down into the corner, let's have a look. He's hard on the brakes. Again, what did I say earlier? Turn 3 is the nemesis here. If you think you can overcook that corner by a car length and a half, this car snaps around. Don Thompson, the veteran, got sucked in.
Billy, while we're under caution, let's take a break with the Whelen Insider. At the start of the year, Stan Morrow from CRS Trucking got back into the NASCAR game. In the past, CRS helped Whitlock Motorsports. Since then, CRS has become the official refrigerated freight service of NASCAR in Canada. In exchange, the NASCAR Series in Canada got this new 53-foot hauler to use as their mobile office and billboard on wheels. The new NASCAR Canadian Tire Series hauler has crisscrossed the country and can be seen at all events. NASCAR officials use the hauler for office use, tech support, and to host meetings.
I've been to those meetings, Adam. Not all of them have a great outcome. But seriously, big thanks to Stan of CRS. It's been a great support vehicle for NASCAR. Also want to hats off to Brian Cathcart of Cathcart Trucking for his support also with haulers for all these teams.
Restart number 2 at Barrie Speedway. Scott Steckly still in the lead. Looks like he's getting the advantage as well. Here on this restart, J.R. Fitzpatrick trying to squeeze by for the second spot.
Great racing up front. J.R. Fitzpatrick trying to get to the bottom to hold Ronnie Beauchamp out there on the high side and snooker through. Oh, a little bit of contact down the backstretch.
That last restart, Ron Beauchamp started applying the pressure as Jason White in the A&W Chevy goes around between 1 and 2. He gets refired and they don't throw the yellow. We better mention before another caution, it was Dexter Stacey getting the VTEC free pass on that one, Billy.
That's for sure. Good luck for the 55. He needed to get back in the lead lap after having some troubles early on.
Looking out the front end of Mark Dilley's car, that camera on the roof. Mark Dilley, one of the veterans of Barrie Speedway, like we mentioned earlier. So is Kerry Mix right in front of him.
Well, these guys cut their teeth back when this was a quarter mile. Here's Sunset and a couple other small racetracks. They know how to get around here. But you know what? You can know the racetrack all you want. You got to have a well-prepared automobile, a good crew, and a little bit of luck.
DJ Kennington overcooked the corner just a little bit there.
Oh, we had a big wreck up off of turn 2.
Looks like Kent Nuhn's had some troubles in the 81. He's got Dexter Stacey in the 55 parked on top of him, Billy.
Well, Stacey just gets back on the lead lap with the free pass and then turns around and immediately gets into trouble with the 81.
Hard to say how that might have happened. Dexter Stacey, it's a strange angle to wind up in.
Well, we get a look out the back of the Ford, Don Thompson Jr. You see them enter the corner. The 55's down the bottom and just drives over the left rear and ends up on the hood of the 81.
And the safety crews are on the scene cleaning up from this accident. Gives us a great time to catch a break here from the Wild Wing 300. We're back for another restart with the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series from Barrie Speedway in the Wild Wing 300, Billy. So far, it's been Scott Steckly all night long.
Well, this car has been really good here in the past. He's got the setup, that's for sure. We talk about how you got to win races, and it's a good car, a good crew, and a little bit of luck. And when you're out front, you really don't need a whole lot of luck.
No, you don't. But speaking of a bit of luck, Don Thompson Jr. got the VTEC free pass, and that's a big break for Thompson after his problem there in the last yellow.
Well, cautions breed cautions, that's for sure. Thompson had his problems, and then the 55 and the 81 get together, and good luck, he's back on the lead lap.
Side-by-side battle. Mark Dilley on the outside of Kerry Mix. That's a battle for the 5th spot, and we're on board with Jason Hathaway in the Snap-on car. Best seat in the house to watch this one, Billy.
Well, 2 short track veterans going at it for a position. They haven't touched a wheel right now, and you got the 3 digging hard on the bottom of the 9.
Couple of real curious observers, John Gaunt, the 11, Pete Shepard in the 7. Looks like they weren't sure exactly where to commit yet, as we're about to have a battle for the lead. Scott Steckly still hanging on to the spot, but Beauchamp really starting to flex some muscle.
Well, John Gaunt outside on that 11 Triad Industries car doing a real good job of rolling the middle. Watch him come up off the corner here. He gets a great run off the top, and he'll just float it on in. Takes the bottom this time.
And we're on board with Gaunt, Pete Shepard trying to get the edge on Mark Dilley. And Dilley still up there on the outside. I thought he might try to poke down, and now he will. Mark Dilley tucks in line behind the 7 of Pete Shepard.
All this side-by-side action has brought the 95 of Anthony Simone into the fray as well.
And you know that this action's keeping everyone together. At the very start, we saw Scott Steckly drive away, but now you can see right here, we were on board with about the 9th place car, and you can see everybody in front of them all in one view.
While we keep talking about the points battle, J.R. Fitzpatrick and DJ Kennington, I've said for a couple races, you just got to keep your competitor in sight. I guess this is close enough when you're nose to tail.
You know, another thing, wow, what a view from the back of Fitzpatrick at the front end of DJ Kennington. Another thing, though, great about this Barrie Speedway, Billy, no matter where you look with the camera, you see grandstands just full of people.
Well, these people up in Northern Ontario love their motorsports. They come out in droves at this little speed plant because the action's fast and is furious, and there's always great action corner to corner.
Yeah, it's non-stop. You just can't get away from it. We're looking Ron Beauchamp in front of him, about 3 car lengths up to Scott Steckly. Looks like Beauchamp able to drive in a little bit deeper, but Steckly really getting through and off the turn.
Well, these little bull rings are a little bit like a road course. You've got to back the corner up so you don't lose that forward drive off the corner. If you get it down in there too deep, you got to stop the corner, turn it, and then get on the throttle. And you know what? The 22 will drive away on you 6-7 feet every time.
I'll tell you, Scott Steckly is really putting it to them in this one.
Well, you got to listen to those sounds up off the corner. He's very smooth on the accelerator. The crews look on. We got more action coming to you from the Wild Wing 300.